If I said you could have Jason Tatum's future or Ben Simmons?
Ooh, what a great question, Dan. I probably right now would have to go with Tatum because he can do it all. Ben Simmons got to get better offensively. But that's a great question. If you ask me right now, I'd probably go with Tatum.
I asked Reggie Miller yesterday. I said, if I blindfolded you from three-point range and you were shooting against Ben Simmons, now he doesn't have a three-pointer in his NBA career yet, would you take Reggie Miller blindfolded from three-point range or Ben Simmons?
Well, I'm not going to insult Ben Simmons like Dan, he's really got a lot of work to do on his jump shot, man.
By the way, Reggie said that Reggie would beat Ben Simmons blindfolded.
I think if you put Reggie's one of the greatest shooters ever. I don't want to insult Ben, but like I said, the good thing about it, they played a bad Miami team in the first round of the playoffs. So, I was talking about this last night. 2 weeks ago, it was like the Sixers are going to the conference finals.
Yeah.
So they beat a bad Miami team. But then when they play against a team that's really well coached and got a strategy, they looked not very good. So, strategy matters in the NBA. And Ben Simmons, as good a player as he is, man, he's still got a long way to go. A long way to go.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure this out with somebody who has that much ability but doesn't have a shot. And Reggie said, you got to get him into the lab. You just got to keep shooting jumpers. And I said, no, you're going to keep shooting the same jumper that's not a good jumper. You really have to have somebody help and break it down a little bit here. And that's hard to do when you get to this point. I know he's only, 20 or 21. But
well, you have to understand something, Dan. A lot of these guys, they're so talented. You can get through high school and college on talent.
Yeah.
But that does not work in the NBA. You see it not with just Ben. You see a lot of these guys who go to college who are one and done. I mean, you look at Donovan Mitchell is fantastic. Jason Tatum is terrific. But a lot of these rookies are awful because they have played the game strictly on talent their whole life. And now they're not the guy who can run the fastest or jump the highest. They got no idea how to play basketball. I mean, you go back, think about it. Ben Simmons played great against Miami because Miami they're not any good. But then when he played against Tatum, guys like that, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, he wasn't big. He was bigger, but he wasn't stronger, faster, and could just outrun him and jump him, and he really struggled. And that's what happened to a lot of young players who come to the NBA. Because they've been the best player their whole life. But when you get to the NBA, you're not the best player. So then you're like, uh-oh, I got a long way to go. And that's what happened to Ben in that second round of the playoffs.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.